Wet and wild in Mull, Tim Pilbeam battles the weather to get onto the stags.
If you get stuck there and you get it wrong, you've 600 foot straight down the cliff.
Okay, all right, I'll stay low then.
Gentleman Terry Doe says what the well-dressed airgunner is wearing this season.
These, ladies and gentlemen, are technical trousers.
BASC and a cartridge importer discuss the lead shot ban in this week's podcast.
You deliver a lot of this stuff. What are you doing about it?
And David is on the Fieldsports Channel news stump. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. It has been planes, trains, automobiles and ferries for Tim and David to reach the Isle of Mull off the west coast of Scotland. But you know it'll be worth the effort. Weirdly, we are only here because of two chance meetings. The first was at the 2025 Stalking Show. That's when professional stalker Graham Sinclair came to our stand and suggested an early season red stag on the Pennygale estate.
You said it never rained on Mull.
Well, it doesn't. This is a figment of your imagination.
It was an offer we couldn't refuse. The second was at Iwa in Nuremberg when we met Alistair Harkness, who loves his straight-pull steel action rifles so much he set up a UK distribution company to import them from Germany into the UK.
Yeah, the camo, which has got a more tactile coating on it, which, you know, to me feels absolutely lovely. So this one comes in at it's about 3,200.
Okay.
It's grippy. It's really grippy.
We're taking this to Scotland in a week or so's time anyway, so
Yeah.
it'll be put through its paces. So I probably won't look after it particularly well.
What?
But you know, really, just this warning you, you'll be dragging through the peat hags and everything else. We'll be giving it a bit of a hard time.
To complete the circle, all that was needed was a Pilbeam.
David, we're going stalking, and I've been told I've got to be reasonably fit to keep up with the stalker. My concern is actually probably not me, it's actually you. So, you know, what are you? Have you been to the gym? Have you been out there doing a bit?
This is what I'm slightly concerned about, because I was on it. I was on it till May. Our membership ran out, and then we've been so busy, I just haven't had a chance to get back. So I'm hoping my natural fitness is going to
Your natural fitness?
Power through, Tim.
Hopefully, I shan't have this kind of breathing monster. Oh, you're going too far. So where's the deer? You know, it's over there, David. You know. So having said that, there's been on several occasions where you actually spotted the deer and we missed him. We've been playing around here, so we got 3 shots there, half-inch group there. We got 3 shots there. This is straight off, so therefore that was with the S&B, the Cellular Bellow. I think it's 143 normal hunting ammunition. So very happy with that. I was mucking around here a wee bit, just doing very, very fast shooting, so I wasn't actually concentrating on the accuracy. But even so, just doing that, we've got, you know, 1.5 grouping, inch and a bit there. So I was just kind of just doing flip, 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 flip. So, but you know, if I was making an effort, there you go. So straight out the box, guys, which are great. It doesn't always happen, so we're perhaps lucky, but I think it just is a testament actually to the barrels. I think, is it what Luther used? Yeah, so proper, really well machined barrels, so and put together well. So a great start.
Looking forward to Scotland.
And looking forward to Scotland.
Tim will be shooting a steel action in 300 Win Mag. And because Alistair has a relationship with German optics company Schmidt & Bender, we're using their newly launched 3-18x42 Meta scope. With zero checked and ground explained, we're all set for the morning. Although we're loading up in the dry, we need to make good time. The weather is set to close in later, which is a shame. Graham, who has spent most of his working life on the hills of the Highlands and Islands, wants to show off some of the splendour of Mull.
So we're going boggy today.
We're boggy and steep ground.
Okay.
Hope you like heights. I'd like to get you to the Arches.
That's down on the coast, yeah, it'd be fantastic.
If not, we'll do that on the next day.
Yeah, tomorrow's better weather, I think, isn't it?
Better weather,
yeah,
so we might go there. We might just go into the Strath and just check that, but that's still boggy.
Graham plans to stick to the low ground if we need a quick exit and to ensure we don't disturb the deer for what looks to be a fabulous, clear day tomorrow. He spots a couple of likely lads.
That's a spear. This V in the woods.
Far V.
No, this V here.
Yeah.
And the hill goes down.
Yes.
And there's just in between that down bit and the V of the trees, you'll see him. He's broadside on. Oh, there's the other one.
So the one to the right, Graham, what's that all about then?
That's a spear. That's a spear. That's spear.
Right.
And it's Gaelic for spear, and it goes a brow, a bay, and then you get the long tops.
Yes.
And he's not got offers. He's got an offer where it might have an extra point, but he's balanced, but he's unbalanced in the sense he's not got a fork or a cup. He's just got spears, and they can go into another animal and stab them. And he's nice round shape, which is what I want. I want no V's. I want lovely round, symmetrical.
This year you're leaving, because hopefully next year he'll be better.
Well, if this weather gets bad, we might go back for him.
Right.
Because he's got, as I said to you, I want even, but if he's got these long spears, he can damage other animals. And he's not, we've got way better on this estate than him. But it's too early to say we'll go for him. If you're ratty and you can walk, we'd go for him. But we'll check the rest of the ground. But he's a nice,
Good backstop.
he's plan B. Hopefully.
We head further up, where the Argo cat is deployed. We're heading to a valley which, in this wind, should hold stags.
Jump in the front of the rifle, and then put all the bags and stuff in here. And if you just carry the sticks, chap. We're going to leave the higher ground, the most beautiful bit of the estate, for tomorrow, because the weather's correct. We'll go out and we'll see if it's on the low ground and it's a Calbo beast, we'll take it. If not, we'll go back for that poor 6-pointer.
I think the forecast is that it's getting pretty rough a bit later on.
It never rains in Mull. No.
So we don't want to be caught up top, so we want to stay low.
If you get stuck there and you get it wrong, you've 600 foot straight down the cliff.
Okay, all right, no, I think we'll stay low then.
Or it's boggy and you get stuck. And you're sitting in mist and you get cold and chill. And it's warm now, but with the wind, you'll get wind chill.
Cool.
Right, we'll head off.
It's difficult to believe, but this was once a busy, active landscape.
So we've got beasts up there which we'll leave. We've got beasts on the lazy beds, so we'll come round onto them.
Wind is coming strong.
Yeah. So
when you say lazy beds, what do you mean lazy beds?
a lazy bed is in the old crofting, the old farming system. It's used to dig ditches, and they'd probably could be 10 feet, 12 feet wide, and they put all the ditch material onto the top, and there's a raised bank so that it was drained with the ditches, and then they'd sow the oats and barley and potatoes in these lines, and they're called lazy beds, and that because it wasn't lazy to dig them, it was hard work. And I think it was being sarcastic joke about no way was it a lazy bed, but they're called lazy beds, and all crofts had them. You'll see the long runs. When we get there, you'll see them, and there's a stone fank, quite an old stone fank up there. But over this knoll here, there's a village that a man lived in until the 60s. And he used to come out once every Thursday along the road, because this is the Pilgrim's Road to the nuns' path. There were a lot of people here, and that's the villages here. So we're just going to have a quick look over that in case there's something suicidal in there.
Giving the sheltered forest a once-over, Graham is satisfied there's nothing to work with here apart from some hinds. It's back to where we started. We're in luck. There are shootable stags for us to try and get onto.
I'm getting 1.7 on the rangefinder, but it might be the knoll in front with the rain. So there's no other, this is the closest we can get from here. If we went the other way, we'd be blindsided, it'd be around the corner. So we'll go down a bit and see if we can get an angle there, but not far, because we've got to think about the wind. Yeah. But if we can take another 20-30 metres off, we can shoot it. Right.
Now, this is when fieldcraft comes into play, especially at short ranges. Graham likes to get in close with his clients, but that increases the jeopardy. We have a changing wind and tricky ground to contend with.
boom or bust. The next 20 metres to this knoll is where we're going to get the shot. If we take it from here, we're basically taking the angle out on the hill. If we get in that closer, we get an extra foot or two on the backstop.
It's right on the horizon.
Right on it.
It's right on the horizon.
Yeah. So it's, if you stood up, it's dodgy. Yeah.
Oh no, if you stood up, you couldn't take the shot.
Right, this is where we can lose it all when we go to this last 20 metres. But have some confidence. Keep your head down. Take your hand and get it. Standing up. Really well. Right, up is up.
Which one do you want to shoot?
It's the right hand one.
Right hand one, okay, I got it. How do I can't really shoot that now, can I?
No. Don't move, don't move. He doesn't know what he's seen, you see. Right, they'll settle.
Yeah.
Give them 5 minutes, they'll settle. We're 105 metres.
Yeah.
So we went from 170 to 105, and that's the difference in stalking, getting in close. Long range shooting, that's a different sport. If you get into 100, you could have shot both of them if they hadn't gone on the skyline, because if you shoot one, he goes 120 metres, he's well within range, and that's the difference. Stalking is getting in close, not shooting at like 200-300 metres. That's not stalking. But we'll let them settle down. Hopefully they'll stop with this wind, and we'll get them on the face.
I'm thinking they didn't actually see us.
No, they saw movement.
They saw movement when we settled here, that was the thing.
Yeah, the youngster.
Yeah.
It was, of course, it was David again.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
That goes without saying,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
You and I were sorted out, ready to take the shot.
Yep.
And old Big Ears here sticks his head
Yep.
above the parapet.
I think it's the long black thing he's got on top of his camera.
Plan B, or possibly C, and Graham expects the deer to settle down a few hundred yards away, closer to woodland shelter, as the promised rain is starting to make an appearance. We get in really close again, too close, and we have to retreat.
So close, we're so far. The problem we got is that the stag knows something's over here, but for me to get kind of over the knoll, just to get a shot on them, he's going to spot us like that and be off. So I'm going to bug out, go along, and there's a couple behind him. So I think he's got to go for that. So, welcome to deer stalking, guys. It's pretty bloody miserable, but at least it's not cold.
Briefly finding shelter from the heavy rain, we circle back. There are two different stags in the bracken.
These white tips. Go about 4 feet right and you'll see an antler.
Oh, got it.
That's the 6-pointer, I think. I want them to stand up, so I'm going to roar. Brrrr! Come on, stand up. He's a V on the right. He's got that V shape on the right. And he's 6. I want to see his brow points. Brrrr! You returned that. Idiot. Yeah. Let's see what the other one's like.
Wow, aren't you beautiful? Aren't you handsome?
Let's see the 6th stand. He's a narrow 6. Let's see what's his brow points. Brrrr! No, it's a young 6. Right. Shoot him. Good shot. Reload. young 6. Yep, young 6 offering down with a wee tip to it. That was wet.
Well done, well done. Flipping heck. Talk about an uncomfortable position.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Fingers.
Off a wall, not the best place to do it. Oh, you haven't marked the rifle.
Oh,
Well done.
so how many hours has that been?
Oh, we started at 10 waiting for your colleague. It's 4 now, so
Yes, yeah. So it's plan
A, B, C, D, E, E.
Yeah.
Plan E.
Yeah.
Feels like with all this blooming rain. You said it never rained on Mull.
Well, it doesn't. This is a figment of your imagination. No, it's.
Well done.
He's not balanced. He's old. I rode him and he rode back, which is in early September shows that he's not. He's young mature.
Right. Okay.
So he's not balanced. We've got a bigger cull to take this year. You got him, good shot. We've done it in bad weather. Tomorrow we'll go out onto the really good ground. We'll pick off something that's really special or old.
A neck shot drops it, and Graham is happy with his decision.
Now that's big enough. By me. Yeah, nothing. No offer. At his age, I'm wanting that to make him 8. Like the 2 that ran away was the 10 and 8, and they were black. So, and we've got enough quality on this estate that can be culled. When I first came out, you wouldn't shoot that 8 years ago. Now we've got the plentiful. If it's not balanced, he gets the bullet. And he had a big body, small head. But you saw the ones that ran away earlier. They had bigger heads and they were 10 and 8. And same size of body. So and he called back when we rode once. Excellent. Look at the fat on him.
We had hoped to avoid the worst of the weather, but Mull has given us both barrels. David's camera goes into a coma, leaving him with just the GoPro, and Graham has to resort to the Argo's anchor as summer groundworks have undermined his normally sound route.
Give a shove. It's a heavy stag. No, that's it.
Back at the larder, the stag has an impressive body size, but poor head.
At full height, it's touching the ground with its nose. So there you go, that's a big, I told you it's a big bodied stag, poor head. So if that's not the normal quality of that stag, you would have a way more points on it. So you've shot a good one. Beautiful, 19 stone stag, there you go, not bad.
With a red stag in the larder and an uncooperative Panasonic video camera in the drying room, it's a chance to talk to Tim about our rainy day in Mull.
I mean, it is literally an epic hunt, which I probably remember for many, many years, because it was bloody hard work. I've never been so wet before. Graham just loves the stalking, so he say, yes, we can shoot at 150 metres, but hey, let's stalk in. So he was trying to get us in nice and close, and on one occasion, yes, I suppose we got a wee bit too close, but it doesn't matter. Most wonderful day, just shows you what can happen, and look at today. We got sunshine.
Next time we get to see Mull basking in sunshine as Graham guides us around a part of the Isle rarely visited. To learn more about the steel action rifles, go to steelaction.de, schmidtandbender.de, and to see what other products Alistair is bringing to the UK market, including German clothing brand Rasher, go to harknessetal.co.uk. Thank you, Tim, Graham and Alistair. Now, if you are thinking about starting out in deer stalking, or maybe you have been doing it for years and someone is asking you for a qualification, have a look at the Proficient Deer Stalking course, the PDS1, which you can find in our shop, link below. Plus, we have a new round of raffles, for which you can buy tickets at fieldsportscompetitions.co.uk. There are 4 raffles underway, including the Schmidt & Bender 3-18x42 Metascope, which retails at £3,000. Here's Alistair on that.
I also partner with Schmidt & Bender in the UK, who really do make outstanding scopes. It's another sort of family business in Germany. And you do find that German family businesses are able to sort of reinvest in their products. And this is their new Metascope. And I know for the Meta, they've been working on the coatings so that you can put a thermal add-on on it and it be a much better sort of view through.
So they're adjusting their product to the market as it is
They
as
are,
well.
they are.
Because people, I think, are saying, actually, I don't need a huge, great objective lens on their scopes, because all I can do is just stick an add-on in, perhaps, especially in Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're tweaking their product to the market as well.
They are. It also cuts the weight out as well. If you're stalking during the day, you don't necessarily need a very big objective lens. It's just a really, really good all-round scope for general hunting.
Tickets for that scope are $7.99 each, plus there are raffles for Bushwear, Thornguard Pro gaiters and leggings, a Pard Night Stalker Pro 4K LRF digital day-night scope, and a Hart Izzard jacket at ticket prices from as low as $1.29. Next up, holding it together with gaffer tape, it is David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. The conservation industry has taken 19 pine martens from the wild in Scotland and released them on Exmoor. Using £1.2 million of funding from the National Lottery Heritage Fund, Devon Wildlife Trust timed the release so that the animals could take advantage of the local abundance of wild autumn fruits, so said a spokesperson. The animals' primary diet is small mammals and birds, ranging from ground nesting birds such as curlews to tree nesting species such as owls. They're also able to access chicken runs via rat holes and kill fully grown hens, and will do well out of the game shoots on Exmoor. Pine martens are protected, and each of the Exmoor animals is fitted with a radio collar. Thanks to Greg Hill for the story. Hunting is worth billions to the European economy. That's the conclusion of a new study unveiled by the pro-hunting European lobby group FACE. Presented in the European Parliament, it says that hunting sports support more than 1.1 million jobs across 30 countries, including all EU member states, plus Norway, Switzerland and the United Kingdom. The University of Urbino conducted the study.
This is really significant, and the aim here is to have this study presented so that decision makers in Brussels are aware we have a large economic impact.
The Shadow DEFRA secretary has spoken up for shooting sports. At a reception hosted by BASC and the Angling Trust at the Conservative Party conference, Victoria Atkins MP paid tribute to shooting and fishing because they are an intrinsic part of our communities. Shotgun cartridge maker Ely has a new owner. Browning paid an undisclosed sum for the British brand, founded in London in the 1820s as Ely Brothers. It's part of FN Browning Group's acquisition of Sophisport, a Paris-based ammunition manufacturer. Together, the two companies boast an aggregated turnover of €1.3 billion. The acquisition does not include rifle ammo maker Ely Limited. There's been a fish kill in a river in Ballyclare in County Antrim. Members of the 6 Mile Water Trust voluntary group say they have seen dead fish being washed downstream and numerous others in distress. They describe the numbers as significant. One of the main rivers flowing into Lough Neagh, 6 Mile Water, is a world-famous Dollahan trout fishery. The Northern Ireland Department of Agriculture, Environment and Rural Affairs is investigating the incident. A foxhound is given blood after an appeal by local vets. A hound called Cannock from the Croom and West Warwickshire hunt gave blood after a veterinary practice, Hennick Vets, appealed for donors for a patient. Western Australians have been demonstrating outside their parliament against new gun laws. A rally of an estimated 2,000 gun owners listened to politicians and pro-gun campaigners. The Western Australian government is pushing ahead with its plan to restrict gun laws, including allowing only one gun per 300 acres for some calibers.
There was a positive feel from a lot of the politicians that were actually there to were standing there watching what's going on. The ones that got up and spoke well, and very much the attaching back to, well, West Australians, as Australians are, and I think all over the world, more and more people are waking up to this sort of thing that's going on here, government overreach.
Thanks to Slim Pickings for the story. And finally, there's a rifle range in Switzerland where you shoot targets over a busy road. British vlogger Tom Scott has released a film about the Brunnesau shooting range in Switzerland, where he shows how the road users are protected from the bullets flying just above their vehicles. Link to the full film below. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts. Fieldsports Channel members get more. Every week there's Fieldsports Extra, our exclusive show packed with behind-the-scenes clips, interviews and a free prize draw. Plus, membership gives you access to our Fieldsports Advice Bureau for help with shooting and firearms licensing, with our in-house lawyer on your side. And with our insurance, you're covered for £5 million public liability for shooting activities across the UK, as well as legal expenses cover. Join today so we can keep the pressure on and the volume up.
Here's what's in this week's Fieldsports Extra, a look behind the scenes filming stalking on Mull. A story about a rifle, a lesson in camera work, and a red stag gives a cameraman a shock. And you can also watch the whole of that item about the steel action rifle on our Field Tester channel, link below. This week's Fieldsports Extra prize draw is for a backpack, the Hart Topec 40 backpack. Hart again, generous company Hart. It's priced at £134, designed for hunting. It has an integrated gun compartment. It's made from brushed, water-resistant fabric. It has an adjustable height harness system and a range of compartments. The integrated soft gun case is accessible from the top and folds into the base when not in use. Find out how to enter the draw to win it in Fieldsports Extra, which you can watch by signing up as a member on our website, fieldsportschannel.tv. Next up, top gentleman airgunner Terry Doe describes his hunting wardrobe.
Hello, and you join me on a wonderful early October morning where there's a little bite in the air, but the sun's out and it's lovely. It's not quite so lovely when I go stage left into the woods. It's quite cold. So now that we're all gearing up for winter, I thought I'd take you through my own winter wardrobe with two distinct sort of parts to it. There's the sitting in a hide, trying to remain as warm as I can. And there's the being mobile, where you still need to be warm because don't forget, you won't be out in the sun. No matter how much sun there is, you'll be avoiding that if you're stalking. You'll be in the shade all the time, so you're not spotted. So it's very much colder there. But you don't want to get too sweaty, so you can't walk. So this morning I started off with the Jack Pike soft shell digital camo over the lovely flannel shirt, very fashionable for the pub afterwards as well, obviously. And a pair of these trousers. Now, I'll get to the trousers later. The trousers they're something to behold, I promise you. But what you need to do at this time of year is mix and match. So, standard hoodie, but really warm. This is the Dalesman. Plenty of room, nice and warm, gives you mobility without getting too sweaty. Zip pockets, again, sometimes enough. Or you wear it as an undergarment for a larger coat. We've got two of these. Now there's like an olive and a tan. This is the Bleasdale half zip fleece. Now I particularly like these because you can, if you do get a bit sweaty, open that up. It's got the fleece on the inside to keep you warm. They're really good draft stoppers actually. Nice loose cuffs so they're not binding up. Reinforce sort of around the shoulders. When it's a bit colder, and you do need some protection, I'm going to be wearing this. Now, this is the Ashcombe smock. What I like about smocks is once they're on, they're a bit more of a pain to put on than a standard jacket. Once they're on, there's no drafts coming in anywhere at all. And of course, you've got the hood, which is a drawstring job, or elasticated anyway. Yeah, drawstring and elasticated, nicely lined. And this one's got their draft windstopper type technology included in it, wind blocker. All of these are lightweight and they stay fairly lightweight even if you get soaked. They're not, they don't suddenly turn into some great sort of anchor around your shoulders. And this has got the kangaroo pocket in the front and the side pockets, and they are sealed, sort of sealed against the elements. Anchoring all that before we get to the star of the show, in my opinion, is you need some decent footwear. And I've taken to wearing the dealer boots now. They got a nice hard toe cap. The grip is excellent. The cleats sort of face forward and it stops you slipping down. I very rarely slip backwards because if you do, you're right next to the surface. But these have got forward-facing cleats. And the other great thing about them is if you kick them against something, the mud falls out. Elasticated sides, just slip them on. Absolutely lovely. I tell you, I like them so much, I will actually clean them and put dubbing on them and look after them and stuff. And now for the main thing. What looks like a standard pair of trousers absolutely isn't. These, ladies and gentlemen, are technical trousers. What a time to be alive. Who'd have thought I'd have lived to see me wearing technical trousers. They're called technical because they sort of adapt to you. They've got these elasticated panels, and as you bend your knee, they stretch. They've got it at the back, so if you're reaching or bending, you've got that. And for some unfathomable reason, they've also got it sort of a bit technical around the crutch area. There you go. I love these. They've got reinforced knees. They're nice and loose. If you want to stay warm, really warm, you'd put them over a set of long johns or something like that. But these are fantastic bits of kit. I love them. I wear them shooting, I wear them fishing. These are my favourite things. And obviously, because like me, these are technical trousers. We've all got it sorted as far as knowing what hardware to get. You know, all our high-tech rifles, all the thermal gear for spotting, all that. But don't forget, literally, the software. If you're comfortable, you'll stay out in the field for longer, be that stalking or be that in a hide. And there's plenty of gear here. You can mix it and match it. There's a ton of gear here from Jack Pike that you can really sort of suit whatever environment you're in. I'm using it. I'll be using it all throughout the winter, and I'll probably go to sleep in my technical trousers, for all I know. But check it out, see what you think. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
Thanks, Terry. Now, where are we on lead shot? A team of two from BASC, Terry Bean and Chief Executive Ian Bell, plus cartridge importer Nick Levitt-Scrivener, came to join me on the Cartagena Game Fair Theatre stage in the summer to tell me about it. Ian, what's BASC doing to manage the situation now?
What we're doing is we're trying to give people the information and knowledge to make informed choices. We're also trying to convince many that this is not a threat to whether we shoot, it's how we shoot. And, you know, your thing, 85% don't want to shift from lead. Yeah, great, absolutely. But unfortunately, stuff happens from government, etc., that we might not like. I had a chat with someone who, a couple of years ago here at the Game Fair, and he was pointing me in the chest. He works in the sector. And he said, you know, what are you doing about this? And I told him. He said, well, that's not good enough. And I said, right, you deliver a lot of this stuff. What are you doing about it? Well, we're staying with what we've got. I said, so when the ban comes in, whenever the ban is, I will be looking at you and I'll be writing on the front of my magazine to say that the reason we can't shoot is because you're not producing what we need to shoot with. Now, Nick's out there trying to develop a whole lot of things. And to be fair, you look at now what is available out there from the cartridge manufacturers.
It's got better.
It's got much better. The world situation is a problem. The timeline for us to change will be challenging. But there are a raft of alternatives out there.
Thanks all who took part in that, and it is a full podcast and there's a link to it below if you want to go and find that. If you haven't done so already, please visit our website fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on X and TikTok. You can subscribe to us on YouTube or pop your email address into our weekly newsletter box and we'll contact you about this show. Fieldsports Britain, it's at 7 PM UK time every Wednesday, and this has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.